Okay, day 253 since delivery. It has been a while since the last last update. I've gotten a lot done, but we've also been moving. So we've had this big family dream for quite a while of moving out to some land out in the country, and finally made the big jump. So we built a barn years ago and have moved into the barn and finally got a shop worthy of a car build, of course. Of course, a lot of stuff here that's just, that whole side is just storage. So for now, until we build our home. But yeah, lot to update on. I'll try to be quick, keep this video somewhat short. Blackout parts came in, and like the wheels are done here. I put set screws. I've not really set them yet, just to make sure if I got to pull them off and on a few more times, I don't want to set that screw. So I always put tape in areas where set screws need to go as a reminder to set them later. So that's why you'll see little pieces of tape every once in a while. But yeah, so the AC, I mentioned that on the last video. I did cut the corner of the AC box, leave room for the breather, plus a little bit of vibration. So we're one step closer on the AC. The drive shaft adapter, got the drive shaft installed. This was pretty tough. Actually had to raise the, this is such a tight fit, it's got to go in perfectly straight, and it's very difficult with everything in the way. So I actually had to disconnect, or unmount, I should say, the transmission, raise it up as high as it possibly would go, then slide it in and then lower it and put it back in. So it is a very tight fit. The engine wiring, tons of engine wiring to do, and that really stretched my mind, trying to understand engine wiring. I'm so happy that I've gotten it to this point because I've learned so much about how an engine works, but the wiring itself is such a booger. But a lot of wires you don't have to use. So with the Holley Sniper EFI, I've got extra wires laying on top. I didn't disconnect them yet because I will hang on until I'm go-karting and everything's running and everything's connected before I snip a wire that later on I may regret. Also, engine dress up, you'll see some spark plug covers. I'll talk about the radiator thing in a second as well. I've got a neat little oil breather cover that I put on. So some of these things you just get online. But yeah, that's fun. Also, you'll see the cutoff switch. This is the factory 5 provided cutoff switch. Nothing special about it. I had to make that bracket, that metal, black metal mount there. That's actually a mount that attaches the engine to the crate when they deliver it. And so it was just an extra piece of steel, nice heavy piece of steel. So I was able to bend it to make it fit, but I probably will switch it out. They make one, I think it might be at Forte's or probably Breeze, one of the two, that has a removable key. And so it's not only a safety feature for electrical work, but also a security feature when you're not using the car. You can pull that key out as well. So that would help quite a bit too. I got the radiator installed. And of course it came stainless from factory 5. I used 2 coats of this Eastwood radiator paint. It goes on thin. Heat, of course, it's made for the heat. And you put 2 coats on it, and that really cleaned it up and made it look very good. Also from Breeze Automotive, this hinge that allows you to adjust. The radiator has to be at 51 degrees. So you've got to measure that as you're installing it. And this bar that the radiator sits on. So this is an aftermarket thing from Breeze Automotive. And that allows you to make your adjustments, but also if you need to service it, you can swing it in, swing it out, hooking the radiator hoses, things like that up to it. Speaking of radiator hoses, I've got the radiator lower hose. I swapped out from what Factory 5 provides. This is from Breeze Automotive as well. The Factory 5 stuff is corrugated, and I read a lot of reviews that corrugated stuff doesn't seal well, and everybody has leaks, and it doesn't look that great anyways. They just don't make pre-molded and fit radiator hoses for this car because they don't have them anymore. So a lot of stuff has to be homemade, such as this upper radiator hose. So I did this for now. I like it. I think it's pretty. I may switch out and put an S in this because I got a little bit of an angle here that I don't love, and I don't want to bend this elbow too much. So I do have to, next step will actually be installing the overflow tank for that upper radiator hose, but that works for now. I think that it's certainly cleaner, much better than the corrugated stuff. And yeah, I'm just not quite sure. I don't love the angle of this cap. So I'll probably end up bending with a pipe bender. I've got a pipe bender I can bend it with. Also, Breeze Automotive has a dead pedal kit. So I went ahead and installed the dead pedal. It's temporary. I'll pull it off, carpet, put it back on afterwards. But nice place to rest your left foot when you're not actually pushing clutch. Also from Mike Forte's Automotive, I put in the mechanical throttle linkage. So this is to replace the throttle cable. A lot of people don't love the throttle cable, a lot of give to it. This makes it a nice smooth acceleration when you're pushing the pedal. So got that hooked up. That was a kind of pretty fun install actually. And the e-brake is kind of the last thing I was going to mention. E-brake was fun, but it's pretty simple. There's not a lot to it. It's not it's no thrills for sure. And you know, it's got a lot of give to it. I'm going to tighten it back up a little bit. There's supposed to be some brackets that came with it that didn't, and I thought I was going to have to make them. I was able to stretch the cable just enough to get it hooked up, and then now I can tighten it up. So that's what's been done. I can look at my list here. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now for the most part. There's some little things that I just don't mention, but that's the majority of it. And yeah, next is radiator overflow, power steering. I've got to hook that up, and then finish the air condition. You know, you notice I got the condenser in. This came from North Race Cars. Great guy over there. He knows his stuff, and so that came with the AC stuff. And just got to plumb it next, tie it into the engine. Wiring's already done on it, and we're almost there. So it's day 253 since delivery. I hope to do a little bit better job of updating along the way now that we are settled into to our property, and I'm back at it. So thanks for watching. If you happen to be building one of these and you have suggestions, please send them. Please comment or let me know, because I'm still learning along the way. A lot of trial and error and a lot of mistakes, and I'm going back to things, which is fine, but there's a lot of experts out there that I've been talking to, and I've learned that there's some of you guys really know your stuff. So if you see something that could be improved or have a suggestion, please let me know.